Hello everyone. Today I would like to present two simple but at the same time powerful AI workflows built on n8n. We know that lots of businesses collect feedback, but they don't act on it fast enough. And two automations that I will show you can read comments, detect sentiment, draft a human reply, and add details to Google Sheets. Why it matters? There are so many reviews coming from multiple channels, and it takes time to sort, to go through all reviews or feedback details, and replies might take hours. Negative feedback gets lost, and there is no single clear picture. So today we will try to resolve these problems by building AI automations, and they will be powered by sentiment analysis, and we will cover it in a few minutes. So let's start with the first workflow. Let me quickly show you how it works. So if I click on execute workflow, we will see a customer feedback form. So let's imagine that a business owner would like to collect feedback from participants after providing a webinar or a masterclass. And sometimes it happens that there are a lot of participants. So instead of reading feedback manually, we want to ask AI to help us with this task. So let me provide information required in this feedback form: name, email, and feedback. Let me write something like this. Thank you for your webinar. It was great experience. I really liked it. It's above my expectation. Something like this. Okay, we click on submit, and now we see that the workflow is running. A sentiment analysis detected that this feedback is positive, and now we are preparing a reply on positive response. So each participant will receive an email, and also we add details to Google Sheet. So let me show you Google Sheets first. We have a positive tab, which is called positive. And as we can see, we have all details: name, email, feedback, and reply status. So it means that we sent the email to this user. And let me quickly show you how the reply looks like. So if we go to Gmail, we see, thank you for your feedback. Dear Marina, thank you so much for taking the time to share your feedback with us. We are thrilled to hear that you enjoyed the webinar and that it exceeded your expectations, and so on. So there is email sent to the user. And also, let's test a negative feedback. So I will execute this workflow one more time. Okay. And now let's put another name like Kate, email. I will provide the same email and feedback. I wasted my time. I didn't find it helpful. And submit. Okay, we go back to n8n, and the workflow is built in a such way that if we receive a negative feedback, additionally to a reply sent to the user and to details to be added to Google Sheets, we would like to have 2-3 actionable suggestions. What should be improved or what should be changed based on feedback. So let's see. First of all, let's check Excel file, because we will see suggestion here. If I go to negative, yeah, we see data, Kate, email, feedback, and suggestion. Offer a feedback session, schedule a one-to-one session to gather specific feedback on what aspects of the course were unhelpful and how we can improve it, provide a tailored follow-up, consider a satisfaction guarantee. So we have 3 points here. And now let's check email, reply. Thank you for your feedback. We are on it. Hi, Kate. Thank you for taking the time to share your feedback with us. We truly appreciate your insights and understand your frustration. And yeah, it looks good. So now let's quickly go through the main nodes to see what should be populated and how these nodes are connected. So the first node, trigger, is a form submission. So either you can build this workflow together with me by creating all these nodes and populating the information that is inside of each node, and I will show you this. Or also what you can do, you can download the templates. The link will be given in the description. And once you have it, what you need to do, you just need to click on the 3 dots and choose import from file. And you will be able to upload the template. You will see all nodes and you will be able to adjust this workflow to your business needs. Okay, so let's start with on-form submission. So if you want to add this node, you just need to click on this plus button and type form, n8n form, trigger on new n8n form event. And the node is added. And let's go and check what is inside here. So as you can see here, we have a test URL that is using by me now. So here we have form submission, production URL. This one can be used if you want to integrate this form, for example, to your website or to a landing page, or if you want to share this link with participants. Yeah? So use production one. And the most information to be populated here is form title. So in our case, it's just customer feedback, form description, and 3 field names, field elements. The first one, name, with element type text, and I mark this as a required field. Then email, with email type email, and one more field, feedback, with element type text area, because sometimes feedback might be long, so we want to make sure that a user has enough space to write down their feedback. And it will be also a required field. And also what I would recommend to use option append n8n attribution. So once you click on here at option, you see append n8n attribution. So just make sure that it's inactive. So it means that on the form submission, you will not see any logo related to n8n platform. So we are done with this. And what we will do, let's execute this step. So let's populate the form one more time. Example name Alex, email. Thanks a lot. Really enjoyed. Very useful and helpful. Submit. Okay. And as output, we see name, email, feedback, and the time when it was submitted. Now, the second node, the most important one, is sentiment analysis that can be chosen here on the right side, sentiment analysis. And here we need to provide information where feedback is stored, text to analyze. So in our case, it will be enough just to take feedback from the first step, from the form submission, and put it here, done. And then options. I already have sentiment categories, but if you are creating this workflow from scratch and you are adding this node, you will not see this window. You need to click on Add Option, choose Sentiment Categories, and you will see 3 words: positive, negative, and neutral. So in our case, I just deleted neutral because I don't need it specifically for this workflow. And also, one more thing that we need to do here, we need to specify a model for the sentiment analysis of the brain that will be used to analyze the text feedback and basically decide whether it's positive or negative. So you just need to create on plus button, and you will be able to choose a model. In my case, it's OpenAI chat model. It's here. And the first step, you need to connect n8n with OpenAI, for example, but of course you can use other LLMs that are available on n8n. So for example, Gemini, Anthropic, and so on. So the first step, to connect n8n to OpenAI, for example, I already have credentials saved here, but if you do it for the first time, you need to click on Create New Credentials and to provide API key, how to find API. So if you Google just OpenAI API, you go on the first website, and here login, you choose API platform, and on the left side it will be enough to type API keys and then create new secret key. You give a name and you will see a key that can be copied and pasted here. Save. And then we need to specify a model. In my case, I'm using a 4O mini. This model usually analyzes the data accurately, and it doesn't cost a lot. So I would advise to go and test this model. Okay, so we are done with sentiment analysis. And now, if feedback is positive, we need to prepare a reply on positive feedback. So in this case, we will be using a node that is called LLM chain. So if we type LLM, you will see basic LLM chain. So it's exactly the same. I just changed the title. And let's check what is inside of this node. So source for prompt, we need to use define below. And here we are giving the instruction to LLM. And let me open this prompt. Of course, you need to adjust this prompt to your business needs. But in my case, here I'm just specifying the role. So I'm telling LLM that you are a customer support representative at AI ABC company, which offers courses, trainings, workshops, and programs in the field of artificial intelligence for small and medium-sized businesses. So we provided a role, we gave a context, and now we are giving a task. Write a friendly, warm, and appreciative email reply to the customer based on the feedback below. And also, we are specifying the output. Email should be: thank you, thank the customer for sharing the feedback, express happiness, optionally encourage them to stay connected or explore more options. Should be in HTML format. And here we are specifying customer name and feedback. And it goes from the first node here, name and feedback. Okay, so we are done with this node. Then the second step, let me just run sentiment analysis. Okay, so the feedback that I provided 2-3 minutes ago is classified as positive. Now we want to ask LLM to prepare a reply. And one more thing here, in LLM chain, you also need to specify a model. So if you click on plus button, again, you will be able to choose OpenAI, Gemini, Anthropic, or any other available models. Or what you can do, you can connect this LLM chain to the brain, to the model that we already added. Yes, so as you can see, this OpenAI chat model is used by sentiment analysis node, by reply on positive feedback and reply on negative feedback, and also suggestion connected to this model. And now let's run this node. So now AI is preparing a draft, and now we want to send this message to our customer or to our participant after the webinar. So we need to add a new node, Gmail. So if we go here and type Gmail, as an action, we need to choose send a message. And once you add it, first of all, we need to connect n8n with Gmail. How to do it? You can watch one of my first videos where you will see how to connect n8n with different Google services, Gmail, Google Sheets, Google Presentation, and so on. And then we have message as a resource, operation send, and we are specifying to whom we need to send this email. So it will be, of course, the email provided by participant in the form submission. So it's enough to take this email attribute and place it here. And then you need to specify subject. For example, thank you for your feedback, email type HTML, and as a message, it will be a text generated by AI. And here we have it. Okay. And again, use option append n8n attribution and make it inactive. So in the email that will be sent to our participant, there will be no information saying that this email was sent by n8n platform. Okay, let's execute this step. And now if I go to my Gmail and I check emails, yeah, we will see thank you for your feedback, the emails that I provided, and a reply. Okay, and the last step is to connect Google Sheets. So first of all, what we need to do? We need to create a Google Sheet with two tabs, positive and negative. It's called custom feedback form submission. So positive tab contains of 4 columns, name, email, feedback, and reply status. Negative, the same with 1 more column, suggestion. And to add this node, we need to type Google Sheets, and as an action, let's choose append or update row in sheet. So it means that it will be like a running table. Yeah, once new feedback is analyzed, an additional row will be added to the existing list. And again, first of all, we need to connect n8n to Google Sheets, similar to Gmail, to previous step. And once you are connected, here in document from list, you will be able to see your Google Sheets newly created. So we need to choose it, form submission in my case. Then we need to specify a tab, positive, and then columns to match on. In our case, it will be email. And here we see column names, email, name, feedback, reply status, and we need to provide information. So what should be added here? Email, we take it from form submission here, then name, the same from the form submission, feedback from here, and reply status. So let's execute this step and let's see whether this information is added. If I go to Excel, we see Alex, feedback, and reply status replied, and the time where the email was sent to this user. And basically, the second step in this workflow, the second part, which is related to negative feedback, is the same. Additionally, we are adding suggestion node, so it's LLM chain. And here we need to specify a prompt, an instruction. So I am saying you are customer support representative for the company. The client submitted the feedback below. Provide 2-3 concise actionable suggestions for what we can do to address their concerns and improve satisfaction. And the rest of the notes is exactly the same. So I would advise to download this template so you will have access to all notes and to prompts that I used here in LLM chains. And of course, just try to adjust the text to your business niche, to your business needs. And there is one more AI automation that I would like to show you. It's quite similar, but the trigger is the goal of the second workflow is to analyze reviews on, for example, Google Maps. But also you can change this workflow and you can adjust it, for example, to analyze reviews on other platforms like TripAdvisor, Booking.com, Glassdoor, Amazon, comments on social media. So it's totally up to you. What you will need to change is the first part of this workflow. The rest is exactly the same, and the rest was covered in the first workflow, sentiment analysis and all replies. So let's quickly cover what is happening here. So first of all, we need to change a trigger. In my case, it's schedule trigger. So if I click on plus button, I am able to choose schedule trigger. Yeah. And let's see what is inside. So I'm specifying trigger interval days and days between trigger 1, 9 a.m. So it means that each day at 9 a.m. I would like my workflow, my AI automation to be run and analyze reviews on Google Maps. So once we are done with this, the second move is actually to it's something that will read reviews or comments. And in order to analyze reviews on Google Maps, I will be using an actor, Google Maps review from Apify. So there is a such platform called Apify.com, and once you log in, you will be able to see a lot of different scrapers, or they're also called as actors. So if I go to Apify store, you can see Google Maps scraper, Instagram scraper, TikTok, Facebook. So basically each of these actors allows you to scrape information, to take information from a specific service, a specific platform. In our case, we will be using Google Maps reviews scraper, this one. So if we go back to n8n, let's add this actor, this node. So I will click on plus button, and here it's enough to type Apify, and then action. As an action should be chosen this option, run an actor. And once we have it, first of all, we need to connect n8n with Apify. How we do it? On Apify, we go to Settings, API Integrations, click on Create a new token, and you need to click on Create. Description is optional. And then copy a key and paste it here. Create new credential, paste it here in this field. Resource actor, operation run an actor, and then actor source. In my case, it's just recently used actors because I ran this actor multiple times. Or you can also choose Apify store actors, and then here you will see different options from list, by URL, by ID. So for example, if I choose by URL, It means that I need to go to my scraper and copy this link and paste it here, and it should work. Okay, and now I need to specify input JSON code where we can find this piece of information. If I go to Apify, to our scraper, there are a few details that we need to provide. The first one, Google Maps place URL. So let's imagine I would like to collect and analyze reviews of one of the restaurants in Warsaw. So I'm just, what I need to do, I just need to go to Google Maps, right? And here I'm typing a name of the restaurant, Ciao Tutti. And if I scroll down, I will see reviews part. Yep. So let's copy this link. Let's go back to Apify, and here in this field I will paste this link. Then the second field to be populated, I would advise to populate number of reviews. In my case, it's just 5 because I'm testing this workflow, so I don't want to analyze hundreds of reviews. But of course, if you are using this workflow, you can expand the number of reviews, because if your schedule trigger is, for example, not every day, but for example every week, so I assume that there might be more reviews provided by users on Google Maps. So it's totally up to you. What should be the number? And then language. So I think that reviews for this restaurant might be given in either English or Polish. It's not quite critical, I would say, the language specified on Apify, and it's also optional, as you can see, but I will be using English. And once we are done with these steps, what we need to do, we need to go to JSON tab, and here JSON code is automatically generated with maximum number of reviews to be analyzed, with the link that we provided, and language. So let me copy this JSON code, and if I go here, I need to put JSON code. Okay, execute step. Let's see if it works. And by the way, if you log in, you will have a credit $5 to be used. So it's quite enough to run multiple tests, to play with different scrapers here. So no need to pay for anything at this stage. And it's running. Also, if I go to actors here on Apify, I also see that it's running. And the price of this scraper is $0.6 per 1,000 reviews. So it's not expensive. And since I am using the balance given by Apify, I see information here. So I run just a few tests, and only $0.02 was the cost for this. Okay, succeeded. Let's go back to n8n. We see that this module has been run successfully, but if I open this node, as an output, I just see one item, and I don't see any reviews. To see information after running this actor, we need to add one more Apify node, which is called get datasets item. So if I go here and search for Apify, as an action, I need to choose get dataset items. Yeah, which is here. And once we have it, we need to specify one field, dataset ID, and dataset ID can be taken from the previous node, Apify. We can quickly search. Yeah, it's this one. So let me show you. I just need to take default dataset ID and paste it here. Done. Now we can execute this step. And now we see 5 items, 5 reviews. And if I go to the right side, I see text and also text translated. So in the context, we see the feedback in the original language and then text translated. So in my case, since I've chosen English, I will see English version. But also, please pay special attention to the fact that sometimes we do not see any feedback. So it means that a user just provided some basic information like stars given to a specific restaurant or cafe. Maybe he or she populated some info on Google Maps, but didn't leave any text, any feedback. So in our case, it means that we don't want to analyze these items further because we are interested only in text, only in feedback. And that is why we need to add one more node, which is called if. And here we are specifying 2 conditions. If text from the previous node is not empty or text translated is not empty, then we are running workflow, we continue running workflow. Yeah, so at least text or text translated should not be empty. If both of these fields do not contain any text, then we just finish this workflow. Yeah, false, that is why we do not see any further nodes. If it's true, so let me run this workflow. And we see out of 5 items from previous node, yes, 3 items were classified as false. So it means neither text translated does not contain any text, and we are not analyzing this. And 2 items have information, have feedback, and it is passed to sentiment analysis. And when it comes to all other nodes, it's exactly the same. The logic is exactly the same as it was shown during the first automation. Of course, I had to make some changes to prompts, to instructions. So once you download templates, you will see all prompts here. So let's just finish running this flow and let's see how it works. So now sentiment analysis is analyzing text, and we see that out of 2 items that are given as input, 1 item is categorized as a positive one, and a reply is generating now, and it will be added to Google Sheets. And for the item which is negative, we are asking AI to prepare suggestions and then to prepare a draft of the message. and to add information to Google Sheets. And since email info is not available on Google Maps, we are not adding Gmail note here. So email will not be automatically sent to users, but once we have a draft of the message, we can use it, and as a business owner, we can leave a message on Google Maps or on any other platforms that we are analyzing. So let's see, for example, for the positive item. I need to run one more time. Yeah, we have information, and let me check Google Sheet. So for the second workflow, I created another Excel customer feedback Google Maps review, and as you can see here, we have more information. So since stars info, review context, review details, category name, all these details are given on Google Maps, so why not to use them? It might be helpful, yeah, for making some decisions. But the most important information for now, as of now, is here, review. So in this case, it was just very short feedback, super, and as we can see, suggested reply has been generated. And since in my prompt, I told AI to generate a draft of the message in the same language as a feedback was provided, here we see a Polish version in Polish language, because the restaurant Ciała Tutsi is located in Warsaw in Poland. And also when it comes to negative feedback, we see review, and then we also see review translated as we can see, it didn't wow me, but it didn't disappoint either, so not quite positive feedback. And what we see here, we see suggested reply. Awesome. Okay, and we covered positive feedback, we covered negative feedback, correct? Let me just quickly check one thing, because I don't see suggestion in the second Excel file. So we have review ID, name, review translated, published at, and then some information from Google Maps, and then suggested reply and reply status. Let's add one more column. Actually, it's good that we are missing this, so we will see how it can be easily added. Suggestion, right? And now we see that suggestion is being generated here. So let's execute this step. Yeah, we have it. Write your final suggestions in the language that a feedback was provided. Okay. Yeah, now we have text, and if I go to reply on negative response, we see that this node is using name and also text and text translated, attributes from get dataset items, yeah, from Google Maps. It works good. And then negative feedback. So look, Now we see this option to refresh. It's available if you made some changes, okay? And now we see a newly created column suggestion. And what I need to do, let's execute previous node. Now I need to find a text generated by an AI. It's from suggestion. Correct. And now let's execute step. And if I go back here, now we see suggestion. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 points. And actually, it's quite practical information. Revise the burrata salad recipe to include. Consider offering additional dressings and or seasoning options for salads. Maintain the quality, strengths information. Yeah, so it might be quite helpful for business owners. Yeah, now it works. And I think we are done with these two workflows. So please feel free to download these two templates. The link will be available in the description field under the video, and then you can just play with these templates on n8n. You can make some changes and adjust it to your business niche. Thanks a lot for being here with me today, and we will see each other in the next video. Thanks a lot, and bye bye.